Welcome to the annual US ICOMOS celebration of World Heritage. My name is Douglas Comer, and I'm president of US ICOMOS. For many years, we have met together in Washington, D.C. in a beautiful room with wonderful food and drink. This year, those of you who have been kind sponsors of this virtual event will have received World Heritage travel chests. I invite you now to open them. You might wish to have someone take a photo of you opening the chest and then send that photo to celebration@usicomos.org. We have to admit that this past year has been one of challenges. Sadness for those who have lost loved ones, financial uncertainty, physical separation from family and friends. Moreover, 2020 was also the culmination of a period of international and intercultural divisiveness, chaos and violence in many countries, and even in our own, spurred on by authoritarian leaders who seek to solidify their control by instigating violence and chaos, and then claiming that only they can quell it. Such moments of travail can bring clarity, as it did after World War II, one of two 20th century wars brought about by a perfect storm of economic inequality and racial prejudice. These same factors in our age of oligarchs are at work today. But we can see opportunities for US ICOMOS to help avoid the mistakes of the past. We have a moral obligation to make proper use of heritage. US ICOMOS began in 2020 with webinars on monuments associated with oppression, on the nomination of civil rights sites to the World Heritage List, and on the threats to Chaco culture area from a proposed explosion of fracking there. Our annual symposium and conference theme was World Heritage and Social Justice in the 21st century. We're very fortunate tonight that we will hear from very distinguished speakers. Irina Bokova, former Director General of UNESCO. Representative Deb Haaland, one of the first two Native American women to be elected to the US House of Representatives, and President-elect Biden's choice for Secretary of the Interior. We will also have an appearance by Her Royal Highness Dana Ferez of Jordan. And a real treat. During the celebration, we will be viewing wonderful, very short video greetings from 33 World Heritage sites around the world. And these were put together by a very dedicated team of young emerging professionals, the hope of the future. We will begin with a 3-minute composite of these videos and then proceed to our first speaker. I want to thank you again for joining us. Welcome to the celebration. Better hopes for 2021.
Bonjour à tous.
Hello.
Konnichiwa.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Saludos.
Hello.
Aloha no kako.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Good morning.
A glorious good morning.
Hello from Greece.
Hello to everyone from Reykjavik, Republic of Moldova.
Greetings from Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
Greetings from Hungary, from Pécs.
Greetings from Monticello.
Greetings from the Turkish National Committee.
Greetings from Estonia.
Hello from Hollyhock House.
Greetings from Unity Temple.
Greetings from the Frank Lloyd Wright Building Conservancy.
Greetings from the Frank Lloyd Wright Foundation.
And greetings from Falling Water.
My name is Jose Bastante. I am the director of the National Archaeological Park of Machu Picchu.
My name is Till Sonnenwand from Germany. I'm sending you greetings from the Franconian town of Bamberg.
Hi, I'm Ed Keeble, Superintendent of the Grand Canyon National Park.
My name is Sarah, and I'm a park ranger at Glacier National Park.
My name is Claire Tuffy, and I'm speaking to you from Newgrange National Monument.
I'm Barclay Trimble, Superintendent of Mammoth Cave National Park.
Welcome to this beautiful place located in Ottawa, Canada.
Welcome to Petra, Jordan.
Welcome to Robben Island World Heritage Site.
It's a pleasure to be here today, just in front of Notre Dame, to send you, on behalf of ICOMOS International,
my best wishes on the occasion of your World Heritage celebration.
Congratulations on your ICOMOS celebration of World Heritage.
It is such an honor.
We are thrilled.
We are thrilled.
We're thrilled to be a part of the UNESCO World Heritage listing for the 20th century architecture of Frank Lloyd Wright.
Glacier National Park is happy to participate
And to join you virtually for the 2020 World Heritage celebration.
We've all had a difficult time during COVID.
What a year it's been.
Definitely, Machu Picchu has been affected.
This summer, a portion of the park was closed due to the global pandemic.
Authorities here have taken necessary precautions to make sure this place is as safe and secure as possible for your visits.
We all had a difficult year, and 2020 has not been what we had hoped for.
Nothing in nature ends with darkness and death. There is always new light, new hope, and renewal.
We hope for the better times to see each other and of course to work together in the future for preservation of the World Heritage.
We wish for everyone to meet again in full health.
We will be happy to welcome you and help you to experience all that makes this World Heritage Site so very special.
We welcome you anytime you are willing to come.
I just want to wish you a great celebration.
I hope you'll come and see us.
I hope you'll visit here someday.
Please come and visit Amsterdam.
Hope to see you in Ottawa sometime.
So best wishes for 2021 from all of us here in Ireland.
We wish you a happy and healthy new year.
Happy holidays from ICOMOS Estonia.
Best wishes to all of you.
Thank you. Au revoir. Have a nice celebration.
Good evening. I am Jan Anderson. I am a fellow of US ICOMOS and serve on the executive committee. It is my pleasure to welcome all our wonderful guests who have joined to celebrate with US ICOMOS this evening, and also to recognize and thank the very distinguished honorary chairs of this year's virtual celebration of World Heritage. Irina Bokova, former Director General of UNESCO and our 2017 honoree, and our speaker this evening, UNESCO Ambassador Esther Cooper-Smith, our honoree of 2014, and Henry Munoz III, our 2019 honoree. We are grateful to them for the extraordinary work they do and for their support of US ICOMOS. This evening, I am honored and delighted to introduce the former Director General of UNESCO, the incomparable Irina Bokova. At our 2017 celebration, we honored Irina for her brilliant leadership of UNESCO. It is because of her exceptional stewardship of the World Heritage Convention that the UNESCO World Heritage Program has made such a profound difference. In this flat world of Thomas Friedman, Russell Train's grand and transformative vision of our globally shared heritage is increasingly germane. In spite of and in response to these turbulent times, Irina Bokova nurtured this revolutionary idea and used it wisely and effectively, not only as a tool for the protection of the world's shared heritage, but also as a tool for sustainable development, as well as a tool for peace and intercultural dialogue. All three are fundamental to the UNESCO 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Undeniably, heritage unites us, even as the challenges of preserving our heritage become more complex. Irina Bokova, always a stalwart friend of US ICOMOS, has truly been an outstanding guardian of the vision of World Heritage. And now you will hear from the former Director General of UNESCO, the incomparable Irina Bokova.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, what an extraordinary pleasure is to be with you here today, albeit virtually, for this important event celebrating World Heritage. And thank you, Jen, in US ICOMOS, for keeping the flame high on the need to protect heritage today in times of crisis. And what an honor to be again a co-chair of this event, together with two extraordinary people, my dear friend Esther Cooper-Smith, UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador, and Henry Munoz III, with whom I believe we share a common passion for culture, creativity, and heritage. I have always believed that protecting world heritage is one of the most positive, transformative ideas of the 20th century. The idea that heritage belonging to different cultures may represent outstanding universal value for all humanity and should be protected by international law embodied in the World Heritage Convention. The idea that humanity stands united in all its diversity around shared values. The idea that heritage belonging to different cultures in this diversity does not divide, but unites us. The idea that heritage is not just about bricks and stones, it is about identities and belonging. And last but not least, the idea that heritage is about the past in as much it is about the future. Let me pay special tribute to the leadership and vision of the man who launched this idea and strongly promoted it, the Honorable Russell Train. It is his vision that is embodied in the 24 World Heritage Sites in the United States, from the cultural sites of Poverty Point and the Native Americans like the Taos Pueblo, the San Antonio missions to the Statue of Liberty and the Independence Hall, and to the 20th century architecture of Frank Lloyd Wright. All of them tell the incredible story of the people of the United States and its diversity. And I should mention, of course, that the United States has the largest collection of natural world sites that are vast and varied in the biodiversity and climate, an incredible richness for the US and for the world. Today, when we are living through the difficult times of unprecedented crisis, economic, social, health, environmental, we should renew our commitment to culture and heritage. The pandemic has a devastating effect on culture, on cultural institutions, on the heritage protection, with 90% of the World Heritage Sites closed and losing more than 50% of their revenues. And we should consider once again, what are the challenges and threats to protection of the world heritage, from the urbanization, sustainable mass tourism, natural disasters, lack of capacity and funding. But let me emphasize the most serious among them that emerged in the last decade: climate change. Just recently, on the 2nd December this year, the International Union of Conservation of Nature, IUCN, the other, apart from ICOMOS, advisory body of the World Heritage Committee, published an alarming report stating for the first time, loud and clear, climate change is now the fastest growing threat to natural world heritage. A third of natural world heritage sites are threatened by climate change, including national park, forests, and some of them emblematic marine reserves, like the Great Barrier Reef. And I should add, cultural sites as well. The striking example of Venice, with its stunning beauty and incredible history of Renaissance architecture and cross-cultural linkages, as well as its role in the history of human discoveries, trade and cultural exchanges all along the Silk Road and beyond, is under threat of being lost for the future generations to come. Let me mention also another important, in my mind, aspect of this problem. Future of our pasts Engaging Cultural Heritage in Climate Action report published last year by ICOMOS points out that cultural heritage offers immense and virtually untapped potential to drive climate action and support ethical and equitable transitions by communities towards low carbon, climate resilient development pathways. Realizing that potential, however, requires both better recognition of the cultural dimension of climate change and adjusting the aims and methodologies of heritage practices. And allow me to end with the words of the great promoter of climate change, the Honorable Russell Train, that spoke precisely in Venice in 2002 on the occasion of the 30th anniversary of the adoption of the World Heritage Convention. At this particular time in history, he said, as the fabric of civilized human society seems increasingly under attack by forces that deny the very existence of a shared heritage, forces they strike at the very heart of our sense of community. I'm convinced that World Heritage holds out a contrary, a positive vision of human society and our human future. And ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, in these times of crisis, the word of the day is to build back, but to build back better. This should no doubt include culture and heritage protection, because in culture and heritage, we can find a safe harbor. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, albeit of a distance, to be part of your celebration of World Heritage. And I hope we will meet soon.
Bonjour à tous. It's a pleasure to be here today, just in front of Notre Dame, to send you, on behalf of ICOMOS International, my best wishes on the occasion of your World Heritage celebration. We all had a difficult year, and 2020 has not been what we had hoped for 1 year ago at the same time. But look at Notre Dame. It suffered a terrible fire in 2019, and we were all afraid to lose this unique jewel of medieval heritage. But things look much better today. The scaffolding dismantling, which was one of the most delicate things, is almost entirely done. And regarding the the state of conservation of the stone, we just had recent confirmation that the stone has exceptionally well resisted to the heat of the fire. So reconstruction is going to move forwards under very good auspices next year. Let's hope and wish you the same for next year. Let's hope it for US ICOMOS, for the entire ICOMOS family, and for all of you all over the world, friends of heritage. Thank you. Au revoir. Have a nice celebration.
Hi, my name is Sarah and I'm a park ranger at Glacier National Park. Today I am standing at the foot of Lake McDonald, which in my opinion is one of the most beautiful views in the park. Visitors from around our nation and world come to enjoy our breathtaking vistas and our unique geology. Due to the Lewis overthrust, we are at the narrowest portion of the Rocky Mountains. We also are at the apex of the 3 main watersheds in North America. Our location leads to high biodiversity. The crown of the continent ecosystem protects unique species such as grizzly bears, wolverine, and lynx. Glacier is the first international peace park shared with Waterton Lakes National Park in Canada. Glacier National Park is happy to participate in this virtual celebration of United States World Heritage Sites.
Hello, my name is Charlotte van Emstede and I'm the president of ICOMOS the Netherlands. I would like to welcome you to one of our 10 Dutch World Heritage sites, the 17th century canal area of Amsterdam inside the Singelgracht. This site was inscribed on the list in 2010. As stated in the brief synthesis of its outstanding universal value, the Amsterdam Canal District illustrates exemplary hydraulic and urban planning on a large scale through the entirely artificial creation of a large-scale port city. The gabled facades are characteristic of this middle-class environment, and the dwellings bear witness both to the city's enrichment through maritime trade and the development of a humanist and tolerant culture linked to the Calvinist Reformation. In the 17th and 18th centuries, Amsterdam was seen as the realization of the ideal city that was used as a reference urban model for numerous projects for new cities around the world. So please come and visit Amsterdam and see for yourself why this is such a beautiful and unique World Heritage Site.
Aloha no kako. Greetings from Papahanaumokuakea Marine National Monument. We are the only mixed World Heritage Site in the United States and one of the largest. We offer you this traditional greeting. Aloha.
Mai kalai kumukahila ea avelo ana ile huala ea e wai aloha kamakanila ea o Hawaii o agiala hulala ea I hola ni ke kuina I hola ni ku.
Konnichiwa. Congratulations on US ICOMOS celebration of World Heritage. I'm Miki Okadera, a site manager of Japanese World Heritage Site, the Sacred Island of Okinoshima and associated sites in the Munakata region. The Sacred Island has rich archaeological sites and has been sacred for 1,600 years. And this place is Munakata Taisha Hetsumiya, you see. This place teaches us the long history of the worship of the sacred island. I hope you visit here someday. Please enjoy the celebration and please stay safe. Sayonara.
Hello to everyone from Reykjavik, Republic of Moldova. It's very nice to say greetings to all of you and to celebrate the World Heritage. It's my pleasure to introduce Orhevik, which is on the tentative list of Republic of Moldova, and it's one of the best and the greatest museum in Republic of Moldova, containing the sites from Paleolithicum until today, and the most important sites are from Middle Time. This is Golden Horde cities, Shahal Jadid, and medieval time town Peștera. We hope for the better times, to see each other, and of course to work together in the future for preservation of the world heritage. Best wishes to all of you.
Saludos! Greetings from San Juan National Historic Site, a World Heritage Site since 1983 and the oldest European fortification in the National Park Service system.
Greetings from the Turkish National Committee. Once our shared trouble, the days of COVID are over, we wish for everyone to meet again in full health, to once again discover these wonders on site, in person. We are here waiting with hope. We celebrate our shared world heritage and wish a happy and healthy new year to all.
Greetings from Monticello. My name is Gardner Halleck, and I'm the Vice President of Architecture, Collections, and Facilities. What a year it's been, yet we remain committed to sharing an honest and inclusive history of everyone who lived on this plantation, enslaved and freed. We're also honored to be part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site global community and hope to welcome you back to the mountaintops soon. From everyone at Monticello, we wish you a happy and healthy new year.
A glorious good morning from the UNESCO World Heritage Site at Greenwich. I'm Paddy Rogers, the Director of Royal Museums Greenwich, and I'm glad to show you around this wonderful UNESCO World Heritage Site on the banks of the Thames. Behind me, at the heart of it all, is the Queen's House. Built in 1604, it was a spectacular first Palatinate building in Britain, a real change to the buildings that had gone before. It became a house of delights and is now an art gallery and the home of Charles II as a child. When he returned after his exile, he began to try to shape Greenwich into something similar to Versailles. Up here on the hill, he built the first scientific purpose building in the UK, the Royal Observatory. Later, Charles II also added Christopher Wren's wonderful Greenwich Hospital, which was originally the hospital for seafarers, built as a charitable hospital for those who were hurt or injured and sick from seafaring. UNESCO designated this a World Heritage Site because of the fact that there was such continuity of buildings, Britain's Little Versailles, all demonstrating the wonders of Baroque architecture. And they're a wonderful home for art, for science, for the skills of navigation, and for our maritime history. We've all had a difficult time during COVID, but a site like this, which is so beautifully part of the landscape, both outdoors and indoors, has given us a wonderful opportunity for people to visit and enjoy safely. And we've taken great care over the restrictions to ensure anyone can visit here and have a wonderful time. I hope you'll come and see us. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Destry Jarvis, Vice President of U.S. ICOMOS. We're honored this evening to have a short presentation from the Honorable Deb Haaland, U.S. House of Representatives for New Mexico's 1st District and Chair of the House Subcommittee on National Parks, Forests, and Public Lands. 2 days ago, after Chair Haaland recorded her message for us, President-elect Joe Biden announced his intention to nominate her to be the next Secretary of the Interior. When confirmed, she will be the first Native American to manage 1/5 of the nation's lands and to oversee our trust responsibilities for all federally recognized Native American tribes. She is a 35th generation New Mexican, imagine that, who is an enrolled member of the Pueblo of Laguna and also has Jemez Pueblo heritage. She earned her degrees from the University of Mexico and the University of Mexico Law School. After a lifetime of organizing communities to stand up for New Mexican families, Congresswoman Deb Haaland was elected to be one of the first Native American women to serve in Congress. She also serves as Vice Chair of the Committee on Natural Resources, member of the Subcommittee for Indigenous Peoples of the United States, and member of the House Armed Services Committee. In addition, as one indication of her highly active and deeply engaged character, she serves on 23 caucuses in the House, among them including co-chair of the Native American Caucus, Vice Chair of the Equality Caucus, Vice Chair of the Majority Leaders Task Force on Poverty and Opportunity, Deputy Whip of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, member of the Peace Corps Caucus, and member of the United for Climate and Environmental Justice Congressional Task Force. I give you the Honorable Deb Haaland.
Hello everyone, I'm Deb Haaland, Congresswoman for New Mexico's 1st Congressional District and a proud member of Laguna Pueblo. I'm grateful to share a few words at the annual celebration of World Heritage today. Respect for nature and the outdoors have always been an important part of my life. I helped irrigate the fields with my grandfather and learned about the importance of land and water. My dad, a proud Marine who moved us across the country many times, always made sure we spent some time outside. I want our future generations to always explore our public lands, but the threat that these lands have from lack of protections and expanding corporate footprints is paramount. The work that the United States National Committee of the International Conference on Monuments and Sites does to protect public lands is vital to conservation and preservation efforts. Our New Mexico communities have greatly benefited from their efforts, from the historically and spiritually significant Chaco Canyon to the breathtaking Carlsbad Caverns to the beautiful Taos Pueblo. This organization has done incredible work in preserving New Mexico's World Heritage sites. We must take the next steps to protect the places that make New Mexico special, especially because of the current administration that puts polluters over people. It's why the delegation and I urge the Bureau of Land Management to delay their project near Chaco so that communities in the area can focus on keeping their communities healthy during this pandemic and also meaningfully participate in the public input period. This Congress, we can celebrate the public lands package that passed early last year, which authorized the Land and Water Conservation Fund, also known as the LWCF. And just last month, my colleagues and I fought hard to pass the Great American Outdoors Act to support restoration efforts nationally and permanently fund the LWCF. Now I'm advocating for the Reconciliation in Place Names Act to change the offensive names of public lands and make sure our public lands are spaces where everyone feels welcome. I want to thank you all for your support and all of your hard work over the years to spearhead protections and solutions that restore our lands and build stronger communities based on respect for each other and our earth. Thank you for having me and enjoy this one-of-a-kind virtual celebration. Be fierce.
Greetings from the Frank Lloyd Wright Foundation. We're the stewards of Taliesin West here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and Frank Lloyd Wright's other home, Taliesin, in Spring Green, Wisconsin. We're thrilled to be a part of the UNESCO World Heritage listing for the 20th century architecture of Frank Lloyd Wright. The inscription of Wright's work on the UNESCO World Heritage List helps us to teach people about the importance of his work and how it still continues to shape the way we build and advance the way we live.
Hello from Hollyhock House, Frank Lloyd Wright's first project in Los Angeles. It is such an honor to be included on the World Heritage List, which preserves a place for our community and travelers from afar to be inspired by Wright's contribution to modern architecture.
Greetings from the Frank Lloyd Wright Building Conservancy. On behalf of the sites included in the 20th century architecture of Frank Lloyd Wright, we are thrilled to be a part of the World Heritage community.
Greetings from Unity Temple in Oak Park, Illinois, Frank Lloyd Wright's modern masterpiece. We are thrilled to be part of the international community of World Heritage Sites.
Hi, I'm Justin Gunther, and greetings from Falling Water in Mill Run, Pennsylvania, one of Wright's masterworks of organic architecture.
Welcome to Petra Jordan, where our gates are open for you. As you can see, authorities here have taken necessary precautions to make sure this place is as safe and secure as possible for your visit.
My name is Krista Ackerman and I'm emerging professional of ICOMOS. Our vivid old town is UNESCO heritage site because of its exceptionally complete and well-preserved historic center with its medieval urban fabric. A good thing at these difficult times of the world is that our old town looks as lovely as ever and will welcome you such whenever you will arrive.
At this time of the year, we have had Christmas tree in our town hall square already almost for 580 years.
Happy holidays from ICOMOS Estonia.
Welcome to Robben Island World Heritage Site. Robben Island World Heritage Site is located 7 kilometers west of Bloemfontein Strand, north of Cape Town in South Africa. UNESCO declared Robben Island as a World Heritage Site in 1999 as illustrating the triumph of human spirit. For over 400 years, Robben Island has been used as a prison and a place where people were isolated, banished and exiled. Today, it is a world-renowned tourist attraction and a revered World Heritage Site. We pride ourselves on 5 main pillars, that is education, conservation, tourism, heritage and good governance. Education is one of the bedrock of Robben Island Museum. Hence, through our Public Heritage and Education Department, we organize annual spring and summer schools where we host children from schools and non-profit organizations from all corners of our nation and the neighboring countries in the SADC region. With that being said, welcome to Robben Island World Heritage Site, as Mandela and all the other political prisoners called it the University of Life.
Hi, I'm Ed Keeble, Superintendent of the Grand Canyon National Park. I'm extending my holiday greetings to you from the patio of the Kolb Studio in the historic village. Behind me you can see the ribbon of rock wall and gorges of the canyon and its mesas near the Bright Angel Trailhead. The Grand Canyon was designated a World Heritage Site in 1979, but it's been the home of our affiliated tribes from time immemorial. We've been open through the pandemic, and we're still open so that visitors from around the world can come and enjoy this natural wonder.
Hello, my name is Till Sonnemann from Germany. I'm sending you greetings from the Franconian town of Bamberg in northern Bavaria in Germany. It has been World Heritage Site since 1993, particularly known for its medieval town plan and medieval and Baroque architecture. You see over there the yellow building? That's where I'm living.
Hello, I'm Barclay Trimble, Superintendent of Mammoth Cave National Park, which is also a World Heritage Site and the core component of an international biosphere. And on behalf of myself and the entire staff, we would like to extend our greetings. Behind me is a historic entrance to the longest cave in the world, Mammoth Cave. This entrance has served as an access point for curious explorers of the Mammoth Cave system for over 4,000 years. Today, the cave is mapped at 412 miles, but each year we are finding more. There is no end in sight as to how long this amazing resource might be. But what makes Mammoth Cave so special is not just the underground labyrinth of caves that are found beneath our feet. The park is also home to rolling hills, vast deciduous forest, the Green River Valley, and over 30 miles of the biologically diverse Green and Noland rivers. We happily welcome hundreds of thousands of visitors each year who wish to learn about and explore our park by taking a cave tour, hiking on our many surface trails, or paddling our riverways, in addition to other recreational activities. Whatever may bring you to Mammoth Cave, we will be happy to welcome you and help you to experience all that makes this World Heritage Site so very special.
We at US ICOMOS are very grateful to Ron Fleming for his great generosity of spirit. Ron exemplifies the famous statement of Daniel Hudson Burnham, "Make no little plans. They have no magic to stir men's blood, and probably themselves will not be realized. Make big plans, aim high in hope and work." All his life, Ron Fleming has been concerned with the visual impact of the environment on our sensibilities. He has sought to address this issue with environmental education projects and urban design strategies, seeing it as a metaphor for the loss of character in our country. Ron has always given very generously of his intellect, his time, and his treasure to US ICOMOS. We are grateful for the unprecedented $200,000 matching challenge grant, which Ron has given to the US ICOMOS. Ron's generosity will enable US ICOMOS, in the spirit of Burnham, to make big plans, aim high in hope and in work. We are extraordinarily grateful to Ron. Truly, Ronald Lee Fleming is a gentleman and a scholar.
Good morning, my name is Jose Bastante. I am the director of the National Archaeological Park of Machu Picchu. We are standing right now in the central plaza of the Yacta or Inca city of Machu Picchu. It is important to notice that what is inscribed in the World Heritage List as a mixed heritage, it's not only this Yacta or Inca city, but a huge area of more than 37,000 hectares that includes more than 60 archaeological sites and more than 300 kilometers of pre-Hispanic roads that interconnect all these sites. We need to maintain and conserve the Machu Picchu. We have been doing this during the pandemic. We have been maintaining properly. We have not stopped maintaining Machu Picchu, the Yacta, the Inca city, nor the other 59 archaeological sites and Inca roads in the area. So we welcome you anytime you are willing to come. It's just important to notice the restrictions. It's important to follow the protocols and the rules when you visit Machu Picchu and plan your trip in advance. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Claire Tuffy and I'm speaking to you from Newgrange National Monument, part of the World Heritage Site of Brunabonia in County Meath. Sending you warmest winter solstice greetings and best wishes for the new year. This magnificent monument behind me was built over 5,000 years ago and is aligned to sunrise at the winter solstice. 5,000 years ago, people gathered here on this site to celebrate the new year and also to celebrate the fact that nothing in nature ends with darkness and death. There is always new light, new hope and renewal. So best wishes for 2021 from all of us here in Ireland. Thank you.
Greetings from Great Smoky Mountains National Park, located in North Carolina and Tennessee in the United States of America. As part of the National Park Service, it's our mission to protect and preserve all parts of the park, from the beautiful vistas to the biodiversity, to the historic structures and stories of the people who have visited and lived here for the last 10,000 years. We are proud to be a World Heritage Site and to join you virtually for the 2020 World Heritage Celebration.
Greetings from Hungary, from Pécs. We are at the UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is called the Late Roman Early Christian Cemetery, and we are now standing in the northern cemetery of the late Roman city. During the Roman period, Pécs was called Sopiane, and the territory of Transdanubia was conquered by the Romans during the 1st century. Sopiane has belonged to the Roman Empire, thrived during the 4th century as the administrative and cultural center of the province Valéria. The most extensive early Christian cemetery complex of Hungary is located in Pécs. The more than thousands of known graves and several burial chambers, other cemetery buildings, and the mausoleum indicate the presence of a flourishing Christian community. Some of the sepulchral buildings have painted walls decorated with biblical scenes and symbols. The murals are early Christian artworks modeled after the Italian and Balkan patterns. The monogram of Christ, the most widely used symbol of the early Christians, was a favorite element of decoration. The archaeological site became a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2000, so we are celebrating the 20th anniversary of the archaeological site and the UNESCO World Heritage Site in the end of this year. After the pandemic, we can continue on with our work here in the late Roman early Christian cemetery, and we wish you good health and greetings here from Pécs, from Hungary. Goodbye.
ดีค่ะดิฉันนางสาวสุกัญญาเบาเลิศเป็นผู้อำนวยการอุทยานประวัติศาสตร์พระนครศรีอยุธยาวันนี้ดิฉันอยู่ที่โบราณสถานวัดพระศรีสันเพชรซึ่งเป็นโบราณสถานสำคัญที่อยู่ใจกลางมรดกโลกนครประวัติศาสตร์พระนครศรีอยุธยาประวัติศาสตร์พระนครศรีอยุธยาหรือกรุงศรีอยุธยาถือว่าเป็นราชธานีเดิมของไทยซึ่งมีความเจริญรุ่งเรืองอยู่ในราวพุทธศตวรรษที่ 19 ถึง 23 แล้วก็มีความต่อเนื่องยาวนานเป็นราชธานีมา 417 ปี ด้วยการวางผังเมืองที่ชาญฉลาดด้วยระบบโค้งคลองถนนมีแม่น้ำสังสายล้อมรอบทำให้เกิดป้องปราการในเรื่องของการป้องกันและการติดต่อกับคนไทยสามารถที่จะติดต่อค้าขายกับนานาชาติจึงทำให้กรุงศรีอยุธยามีความข้างสุดในเอเชียตะวันออกเฉียงใต้วันนี้นครประวัติศาสตร์พระนครศรีอยุธยาจึงเป็นจุดหมายปลายทางจากผู้คนทั่วทุกมุมโลกดังนั้นอุทยานประวัติศาสตร์พระนครศรีอยุธยาจึงดำเนินงานอย่างเต็มกำลังเพื่อประสานงานด้านอนุรักษ์ด้านการพัฒนาการท่องเที่ยวเพื่อให้เกิดประโยชน์สูงสุดอย่างยั่งยืนต่อไปขอบคุณค่ะ
Dear colleagues from the United States ICOMOS, hello from Greece. My name is Nikolaos Lianos. I'm an architect and professor at the Faculty of Architecture at Demokritos University of Thrace, and I'm very glad to be with you for a short presentation of the archaeological site of ancient Philippi.
The archaeological site of ancient Philippi. The reason for the registration of the archaeological site of Philippi is not only that it is an important site for the tangible monumental heritage, which you are looking at the video, but also for the intangible heritage that concerns the site of a pivotal battle for Roman history between monarchs and republicans, and the founding of the first Christian church in Europe by the Apostle Paul. Stunning monuments, which has survived until today, are evidence of the long history of the cultures that interacted and grew in this region. The ancient city of Philippi was initially a colony of the Thasians, and it was soon conquered by the powerful Philip II, king of Macedonia, who fortified the city and gave it his name. Undoubtedly, the most impressive building of this period, despite the changes that it has undergone over the centuries, is the ancient theatre of Philippi, which each summer hosts plays during the Philippi Festival. The early Christian monuments of Philippi are among the best preserved of their type and for this historical period in the whole world. The finds from the excavations are stored in the Archaeological Museum of Philippi, and in July 2016, the archaeological site of Philippi was inscribed on the UNESCO Register of the World Heritage Sites.
Hello everyone, my name is Mario Santana. I am ICOMOS Vice President, and I want to welcome our United States ICOMOS members to this wonderful site of the Rideau Canal. I am a university professor at Carleton University here located in Ottawa. I'm currently at the logs number 1 through 5. Here you can see the Bytown Museum or the Commissionarat building. I have been working there with my students for several years. We are doing now a rehabilitation project. I have done records of the building using laser scanning and photogrammetry, flying my drone. I wish you could visit us in this very beautiful place. I just want to wish you a great celebration and enjoy these US ICOMOS activities, and I hope that you support their efforts to protect and the World Heritage Sites across the United States and elsewhere. So all the best, bye.
It is now my enormous pleasure to introduce Her Royal Highness Dana Faraz, President of ICOMOS Jordan and UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador. I wish there were time tonight to describe the wonderful work that has been done under her leadership with the Bedouin communities residing near Petra that enhance benefits to those communities that flow from the presence of the World Heritage Site there. Now, those of you who are platinum sponsors of this event are invited to a virtual tour of Petra. And I should mention that when travel becomes possible again, we hope that US ICOMOS and ICOMOS Jordan can join together to organize on-site tours, not just of Petra with all its amazing wonders, but also to the other archaeological sites in Jordan. There are a myriad of them, and they are all spectacular places. And with that, I do welcome Her Royal Highness Dana Faraz.
Hello, I look forward to welcoming you to Jordan and to Petra on this virtual tour. I hope that sometime in the future I will be able to welcome you in person, inshallah, but for the time being I hope that you will be able to enjoy this self-guided tour of the most beautiful monuments in the city of Petra. We at the Petra National Trust have worked over the past 30 years to protect and preserve these magnificent monuments and to engage the local community in its protection and preservation and sustainable development. Since 2010, we began conducting cultural education and training programs for children and youth in the Petra region and throughout Jordan to build a new generation of leaders who identify with their heritage, appreciate its value, and commit to its protection. This year, like so many others throughout the world, we have had to adapt to a very challenging 2020. Our programs have adapted as well, and we are working with struggling local community organizations to help them digitize and find markets locally and internationally for their crafts and for their goods. Our commitment is to the well-being of the site and to its people. Once again, I look forward to welcoming you on the virtual tour and hopefully in the not too distant future to Jordan. Thank you.
I'm Kate Perry, US ICOMOS trustee and secretary of the board. First, I ask everyone to please switch to speaker view in your Zoom view icon. I am pleased to kick off a short series of celebratory toasts as we conclude 2020 and look forward to 2021. In this time of so much divisiveness and isolation, World Heritage Sites cross boundaries and cultures through our shared commonalities of purpose, challenges, and concerns. I raise a glass and assure you, our World Heritage Site friends, that the best wine is wine shared with friends.
And I'm Despy Jarvis, again, Vice President of US ICOMOS. I ask you to raise your glass to recognize the great work of the National Park Service's International Affairs Office in its role as manager of the US World Heritage Program, and to give renewed recognition to the 24 inscribed US World Heritage Sites that include Cahokia Mounds, Carlsbad Caverns, Chaco Culture, Everglades, Frank Lloyd Wright Architecture, Glacier and Waterton Lakes, Grand Canyon, Great Smoky Mountains, Hawaii Volcanoes, Independence Hall, Mammoth Cave, Mesa Verde, Monticello, Olympic, Papahanaumokuakea, Poverty Point Monumental Earthworks, Redwood National and State Parks, San Antonio Missions, Statue of Liberty, Taos Pueblo, Wrangell St. Elias and Glacier Bay, Kluane, Tachincini, Alsek, Yellowstone, and Yosemite. Salute.
I'm Peyton Hall, US ICOMOS trustee. I toast the many host organizations, graduate students, and young professionals who over many years have participated in the International Exchange Program. ICOMOS provides the opportunity to learn about other countries' cultural heritage systems while establishing contacts with colleagues around the world. We stand in participation and anticipation of the post-COVID-19 days when the activities will resume. Cheers to all of you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jan Anderson, a fellow of US ICOMOS and vice president of the International Scientific Committee on Education. It was Alexis de Tocqueville, the famous French diplomat and historian, who observed that America is great because she is good. If America ceases to be good, America will cease to be great. With the promise of a new administration in Washington, our stature in the world will be restored. So there is light and hope at the end of the tunnel. I invite you all to join me in raising a glass to celebrate the prospect of the United States rejoining UNESCO and once again taking our place as a good citizen of the world. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. Cheers.
Hello, everyone. I'm William Bell, a trustee with US ICOMOS. I bring you greetings from Birmingham, Alabama, the epicenter of the human and civil rights movement here in the United States. I lift a glass of cheer to toast and honor the women and men, not only here in the United States, but all around the world, who work tirelessly each and every day to identify, preserve, and protect our world treasures, both those in nature and those made of human hands passed down through the ages. The work you are doing is an inspiration and an example of good stewardship to all of us. We toast you, we salute you.
We have much to celebrate, satisfying work to do in 2021 and beyond. The opportunity to broaden our horizons by forming relationships with people in other cultures, enhancing international and intercultural understanding. The traumas of the past few years have made it clear that this is essential to promoting social justice, controlling climate change, and achieving the UNESCO 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. Let us raise a glass to the work and to the promise ahead of us.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers, bye-bye. Cheers.
Glass.